What's going on, everybody? Nick here with Fun Folk Gaming, and this is going to be episode number 3 of the Southern Fried Gamecast. I got my good friend Dobbs here joining me on this one, and this is kind of a. We didn't really plan this. We were just talking on Discord, and we were like, you know what? We ain't done a podcast in a while. We may as well go ahead and start one. And Dobbs' door just moved on its own behind him.
Spirits.
Is a ghost. Yeah, but anyways, guys. So we're just gonna kind of wing it and go with it. We hadn't talked about games for a little bit, so we should have some stuff to talk about. And hope you guys hang in there with us and enjoy the podcast. So yeah, Dobbs, you definitely you have ghosts in your house right now that are messing with your door.
Yeah, that's spirits. We don't talk about it. If you don't acknowledge it, then it's not real.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to turn you
They
up
can
some
only
more.
haunt you. They can only haunt you, if you believe in them.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
I think what I'm gonna do, Dobbs, for our audio, I'm gonna turn myself down to about what your level's coming through, so that way I can just do audio gain when I edit the video, and hopefully I can audio gain us all the way up, and we will be even on the audio levels. But I can't gain it too much because I may get too much feedback, but that should be good right there. We'll try it like that. Do you think you said that? What headset is that? Do you know what kind it is?
It's a HyperX.
Okay,
Revolver.
gotcha. And you said that that's the kind that has the mic disconnects from the.
Right here, yeah.
You think that maybe that's the issue with it?
It might, but then again, I don't know because anybody else I've spoken to said they can hear me fine, but I don't know. They could just be saying, I can hear you," but
Well, I'll tell you, when I have my headsets on, when I do have my headsets on, I can hear you fine, but I just know, like, when I'm watching my audio levels, like, I've turned my decibels down -6, and I'm hitting the yellow range on the audio, and whenever you're talking, you're right under you're still in the green range. So I actually need to bring mine down just a little bit more. Like I said, I want to have it kind of even, so that way I can just audio gain it, try and audio gain it up, and then because I can audio gain the whole video file, if that makes sense, and that'll boost yours up too. But I also don't want audio gain it too much because then you may get some white noise. So maybe this will work. But no, I was just wondering because you bought those because you gave me your old HyperXs, which are these right here. And they're still trooping in there. And you bought, so those are the ones that you bought right after those?
No, the ones I bought, the one that was just a step above those. I gave those to Justin. They were like the $100 or like right at 100, maybe $80 for those. And I ended up going with these like almost a year later. So these aren't like a year old or a year and a half old maybe. So they're not old at all.
That's weird.
They're still holding up pretty good.
Like I said, it could just be maybe the mic. Like I said, when I'm on the headset, I hear you fine, and I hear you okay right now through my speakers actually. But for some reason, it's just low on the program, and I've tried boosting it and everything else. I don't know. Anyways, I was just curious to how old they were and what type they were. And I remember you had mentioned that they have that disconnect, where the audio thing is.
Right.
So
these are like right at the top of HyperX's like top of the list. Like
gotcha.
These are almost like their flagships, but they're like the second to flagship.
Mm-hmm. Let me while we're on the topic of headsets, how much difference audio input wise are those compared to the first ones you got, the ones I have now, the ones you gave me? Like how much more can you hear? You know what I'm saying? Like how much? I guess clarity was probably the right word.
These are the 7-point Dolby surround sound. Actually, that's the reason I got these, because it supported Adobe, so that's why I got them.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can hear. I can hear perfectly.
So is it? I guess what I'm wondering is, like, if I know it's been a while since you used the ones that I have, but is it just, are they louder, or is it just everything's more clear, or can you just tell where things are coming from better?
It's louder and clear. You can also, they definitely tell where things are coming from.
Yeah. So the audio direction is really good on them, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I need to get me a new set.
Yeah.
Because I've had those. Like I said, you gave me those, or I think I bought them from you for like what, like $20 or something. Basically, you
Something
basically
like
give them
that.
to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was nothing,
But that, I mean, heck, they've done great. They ain't wore out yet. They still work and audio's still good in them. So, but I've
Yeah,
been thinking
no,
about
never.
upgrading.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I do. I've had these for a long time. I like them. They're pretty good. One cool thing about it is it comes with this right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the PC for Dolby,
Mm-hmm.
so you can hook this into your PC and you can pretty much keep up with everything. It's not wireless. That's the only. I know a lot of people are
So
wanting to
that's the
move to
PC.
wireless.
Is that the PC attachment? Is that what you're saying? Is that how it hooks in,
Yeah,
or is that?
yeah, no, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got it ran way over here, but usually I try to run
Gotcha.
it on my desk.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, Unfortunate Spaceman. It's a free game on Steam right now.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
it's got very very positive reviews on it. The when I read up on it, they said it was like a cross between Dead Space and Among Us, that new game that.
Mm-hmm.
And we played it last night. It's a quick game. Far storyline goes. If you're not messing around, you can beat it in about. You can beat it in probably about 2 hours, 2.5. Messing around,
How
it's
much is
about
it?
3 hours. It's free.
Oh, it's free to play. Okay.
It's free to play, and it's got very, very good reviews on it. Like it's a really good game.
What's that one called? I need to write all this down so that way I can have it
Unfortunate
playing.
Spaceman.
I don't guess you recorded any gameplay, huh? You can send me.
No,
That'd be
I don't
useful.
That would be excellent, actually. No, but I don't.
Let's see. Can you record? Did you ever get your capture card? I mean, can you record gameplay right now, or are you still waiting on getting your capture card?
I haven't got a capture card yet. I don't know if I want to stream just yet.
Well, actually, man, if you were playing on PC, if you wanted to, I'm not even talking about streaming. I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to record gameplay, you don't have to have a capture card just to record your gameplay. The only thing you need the capture card for is to capture your camera, I believe. But see, like when I'm playing on PC with Streamlabs, I can just capture. I just basically capture one of the windows, the whole window, and then I'll do window capture. And then I'll just hit record, and it just records anything on that window. So you really don't have to have a capture card if you're playing on PC to record gameplay, if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure you don't. I mean, I've done it before. I know you don't have to because I've done it before. I think the capture card is more for, obviously, it probably records better if you had a capture card you ran it through. Maybe it does better frame rate wise and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I'm pretty sure you have to have one for your camera. I mean, maybe not your webcam now because you got a webcam. I'm not sure if you'd have to have one for the web. No, you wouldn't. You just need the capture card for a camera that's not a webcam, basically.
Right. Yeah, it's Unfortunate Spacemen. It's check it out on Steam. It's actually pretty funny. As far as like, it kind of was it Claptrap from. Oh Lord, what's that game?
Okay, I got it wrote down. Unfortunate Spaceman. I'll put it in the windows for you guys. It won't be my gameplay or his gameplay, but I'll find some and throw it in there for you guys to see while we're talking about it.
Yeah, it's if you can pull it up on the if you can put another screen up here and just pull it up on Steam, it'll show you a pretty neat little video and all that. It's pretty the dialogue as far as so you have a guy that's talking to you the whole time through radio, and he's hilarious. He actually reminds me of Claptrap from what is the game I'm thinking of?
Borderlands.
Borderlands, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, why can't I think of that? But it's pretty good. It's a definite play. Yeah, very positive reviews. Everything I've read on here about it, it's been good.
Did it just release, or has it been out?
It's been out for like a week or two.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, it's a single player online PvP, LAN PvP, online co-op, LAN co-op. I mean, it's
So
fun.
so it's 2 players only?
Oh no, you can play up to like right on the main campaign. You can play 6 people, and then you can play the like Among Us mode where one of you are an alien and you got to figure out which one. That can
Uh-huh.
play up to 16 people in that one.
Huh.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of different modes for free. It's a definite. You should give it a try.
Yeah. That sounds
So
interesting.
yeah, no,
What is it, first person or is it
yeah, it's first person.
first person? What
Yeah,
kind of graphics wise, what kind of style is it? Like realistic, artsy, sort of?
it's more of a kind of reminds me of what's that space game that didn't do well right when it launched from
No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky? It kind of reminds me a little bit of that
Okay.
style, kind of, but
So y'all
you're
beat
in
it.
space.
So that basically there's a story mode, which is co-op, but there's also a multiplayer mode.
Oh
And
yeah,
the multiplayer
yeah,
mode's sort of like Among Us, in that
yeah.
vein of game. Gotcha.
Yes, no, that's what everybody said about it. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Oh yeah, no, it's
What
pretty
about
good.
replayability as far as the campaign? Is it all the
Oh yeah,
same, or is
no,
it like
I would replay it again. Yeah, definitely.
do you,
I definitely
is it
replay it.
is the campaign linear, or is there multiple endings? Like what, I'm just trying to get a feel for kind of how it's set up.
No, it's not multiple. It's just one ending. It's there's 4 stages to it,
Uh huh.
and pretty much you can. I mean, like I said, you can beat it. You know, each stage you got to figure it out. I mean, you could get confused, and we played through it one time, got confused, and it took us like 3 hours. Now the second time, when me and my friend Jim ran Bird through it, it took us like 2 hours, 2.5.
Huh.
But I mean, it's not long. It's not a long game, but it's funny. It's funny.
Sounds
It's
kind of
pretty.
interesting, actually.
Yeah,
Just sounds like
it's.
something different. You know what I mean? So is it
Oh no, it's different. It's
is
fun
it so
though.
is it a shooter? Is it a puzzle
It's a
game?
shooter.
It is
No,
a
it's a
shooter.
shooter.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to fight off hordes of enemies while you pretty much try to escape this planet.
Got you. And you said it was third person or first?
First person.
First person.
It's
Got you.
It's a first person shooter. No,
Huh. Did you
it's
have
like
you?
Among Us with guns is whatever. Like I'm reading that right now.
Yeah.
It's like Among Us with guns.
So did you try the multiplayer?
No, by the time I played, because I was played it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I just got tired, but I hadn't played the multiplayer. But if it's anything like, the campaign or any of the other, I liked the campaign. I liked it a
Yeah.
lot. So
Huh.
no, I'd definitely get back on there and play.
Yeah, it sounds
Uh,
interesting.
and it wasn't, there wasn't any bugs either. Like for a new game, you figure it would be buggy, and especially that it's free. It actually
Yeah.
it was a really, really interesting game. Like it's really fun. Like I enjoyed it a lot. I would definitely give it a shot. If you got some free time, you want to burn 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
definitely jump on there.
Yeah, I may have to
So,
check it out because that's one of those games you can just kind of download, and like you said, it's not
not
super
even a big
long.
download.
You
It's
know.
like 7 gigs for
Yeah,
the
you can just
download.
beat it and play it and beat it, and you're done with it. Dude,
Oh yeah.
and I don't really want to touch on the subject too much because I actually want to do a podcast really kind of just on this subject we're about to touch on.
Yeah.
But the only reason I'm even bringing it up is because we brought up how long it took you to take the game or to beat the
Right.
game, and
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that's fine. No, but like basically, kind of like I want to do an episode talking about video game length, like how long these games are getting, and kind of like an episode of are games getting too long, basically. Because dude, I've been thinking about it lately, and that's why the only reason, like I said, the only reason I'm bringing it up now is like you said, I wouldn't mind downloading that game just because I know I can beat it in a few hours. It's something different. I can put it in. I can play it on a weekend day, like on a Saturday or Sunday. I can finish it from
Right.
start to finish. Now, don't get me wrong. I love that certain games are long, and it gives you just a lot of content to explore and have fun with. But I think I want to try to, when we can get a couple people, have a discussion about, are video games becoming too long? Because I mean, I don't know, dude. When you got to put 40 hours, 60 hours into a campaign, which most campaigns can be beat before that. But if you have to put 40, 60 hours into a game to complete everything, all the side missions and main campaign, that's a lot of time, dude. If you think about it, it really is.
It is. Especially, well, it's not if that's the game you were looking for.
Yeah.
In that aspect. If you're looking for that type of game.
Yeah, if you really enjoy it and can immerse yourself in it.
Yeah, especially if I'm about to have to start paying $70 for a damn game, it better be, it better not be oh well, we sold you a third of the game and you can buy the DLC for 30 or 40 bucks. And it's like,
no, yeah, I mean I agree. It's just
no, I don't want that. But if you're wanting especially like that game, like you can choose to buy it to get all the skins and everything for $20, or you can just download it for free and unlock the skins. That's what's cool about this. Like you can play, level up, and unlock everything, or you can just buy it for $20.
Gotcha.
So it's not one of those it's not a pay to play, pay to have.
Yeah.
It's, you can earn everything, and that's how gaming should be. It shouldn't be, well, we should pay. If you want this, you got to buy it. No, I bought the game already. What happened to, you grind to get the gear. That's how it works.
Big companies like EA, and they saw the money potential is what happened. And which, granted, I heard good things about Star Wars Squadrons, man. I heard they only charged $40 for it. I think the campaign's about 10 hours long. They claim it's really fun, like just a solid game. The developers did a really good job on it. It seems like EA and they didn't do any microtransactions at all, period, nothing, which is kind of surprising for, EA. But it seems like maybe they're kind of backsliding a little bit on that stuff just because of all the shit they've caught for the last 3 years over terrible decisions that they've made. But eventually they're going to come back. Money talks, so... eventually they're going to come back and start putting stuff into there. Now, maybe it won't be so aggressive and so blatantly obvious, like they did before with some other games, but it'll always be there. And they'll never change it on their football games or their sports games because they have a monopoly on them. They don't have to. Why would they if they have a monopoly? Because people's going to keep buying that crap. Except me. I ain't buying it. I ain't doing it.
No. It's the same game, like you were telling me before. It's pretty much the same game. They just updated the gear on it. That's pretty much all it is.
Yep.
That's pretty much all it is.
Yep. You're right. But yeah, no, I wasn't saying that. I like that games are long. I do. But it's just there's so many games, man, that I've started and I've enjoyed. But I got a daughter now. I got work. I got today I started on my fence. I worked on my fence for most of the day today. Just I got as an adult you get older, you get more things you got to do, you got things you got to take care of, and it's just for me to finish a game, man, it takes so much longer time wise, and I'm not talking about time hourly. I'm just talking about over a span of days, weeks, or months, depending on how long the game is, because I only have so much time to actually play. So there's so many games that I get halfway or I get 3/4 of the way and I don't finish because I've spent so much time on them and other stuff's coming out that I want to play, so it's kind of one of those weird things. I'm just saying, I guess what I'm getting at is I don't mind a game being short if it's real quality, good filled, dense content. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind it being 10, 20 hours. If it's a hell of a ride for 10 or 20 hours, I'm going to be satisfied with it.
Yeah, and that game, Unfortunate Spacemen, is that type of game you are talking about. That is exactly what that game is.
Yeah, short but sweet.
Short but sweet. It's but no, also another thing, I get what you're coming from, but I also want to come in at the aspect that how they release games too. It's like you say, you have a limited amount of time. Like back when Resident Evil 2 dropped, and then Red Dead Redemption dropped, and it's like you got. There was another game that dropped as well. They were it was around that time. It was a weird thing because within 3 months, I want to say 4 or 5 AAA titles dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And it's geez, it's you can't. That's a lot of money. One thing, and then you got that's a lot of time.
Yeah, the market's more saturated than it's ever been. with stuff because gaming's such a big industry. Gaming makes more money than any other entertainment industry combined. Like movies, music, all of it makes more money than any other one combined. And these corporations realize it, and they're making these games. Everyone wants to get in on the honeypot, you know. So
no doubt.
there's
Why do you think
when we
see more actors.
dude, we were lucky
Now.
back in 360 days, man. Early 360s, early Xbox days.
Oh, wait, where's the
camera? That's where everybody can see her.
who's all watching?
No, we're just recording right now. That's my daughter. She's over here about to kick the crap out of my keyboard.
I'm looking at you from an angle. I can't see her.
Yeah, Dobbs can see her over here.
Yeah, let me see her.
That camera.
Look at that
Oh,
little girl.
Lordy, she just burped.
Hey, little girl. Oh, hey, little girl. Look at that little baby. Look at that little baby girl. You gonna go to Zubu?
Oh, we can get our tickets.
Well, where are the tickets?
I can't. You have to.
Dobbs said it was crazy today.
It wouldn't.
Oh, good lord.
He went today.
Did you have to order tickets?
You don't have to yell. He can hear you.
I didn't go to Zubu. I just went to.
Don't grab
just
that.
did the zoo. We just did the zoo. But they had everything decorated for Zubu. So my brother Garrett said that they haven't released the tickets yet to get them, but he was gonna go purchase. I don't think you can quite get them just yet. But don't
I was
you know
trying to
it's
get
gonna
them
be
on
a
my
bloodbath.
phone, and it wouldn't. It was just a blank screen. So I thought, well, maybe you just can't order them off your iPhone or something.
Yeah, no, that's. I thought that was. Garrett was telling me he thought it was weird too until he read up. I think it was on their Facebook. They posted and saying that.
Yeah.
They hadn't released it yet, but Lord, that's crazy because it's not that long, and then Halloween's almost over, and it's like they're about to release something that's going to be packed out.
I know. See, we're trying to get our we need to get our tickets to go.
We ordered her Baby Yoda costume. It's $50.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, look.
It was expensive, but it's the one she wanted.
You turn to look at that baby. You turn to look at that baby. You say you're worth that $50.
I'm only gonna be a baby this time, so I can only be Baby Yoda this year.
That's true.
That's it. That's it.
What were we talking about? I'm trying to remember now. Oh, we were talking about length of games, but we got on something else, some other topic.
Oh, how the gaming industry is the most profitable industry in the entertainment business right now.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the saturation of the market in video games. Yeah, no, that's talking about Xbox days. So like Xbox days for us, how many years ago was that? That was probably 20 years.
Since
no,
the original
I'm 31, so I'd have been 11, 20 years ago, right? So no, it'd been less, like 15, 16 years old.
16 years ago.
Yeah, roughly. So, but see, back then, man, you would have how many big games, good games? 6 a year, maybe 5.
Yeah. No, yeah.
You were probably lucky to get 5, and they almost always came out. The biggest ones, the heaviest hitters, always came out in November. Your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, your Halos, your Gears, your Final Fantasy. Like I don't know about Final Fantasy, that may have come out a different time, but. You know what I'm saying? Those big games typically drop in November, and now they've got to where they don't even really do that much. They just drop them all throughout the year.
At least my parents were. I said, people were like. It seems like people were more conservative, like back then than they are, now. I didn't get that many games when I was a kid. It was only around the holidays when you got like 2 or 3 games.
Yep.
It wasn't no summertime, and all of a sudden your mom just popped in and is like, "I got you this," At least I wasn't.
Yeah, and I like I said, man, I just don't remember them dropping big games during the summer back then. I really don't. It was always like the kind of, like you have some good ones riddled through there, but your heavy hitters seem to always be in October and November.
Exactly.
Like every year.
Yeah.
But there just wasn't as much to play back then.
Yeah.
At least on console.
No. Halo was the biggest thing, and that's really when everything went towards online gaming is when a lot of it's
online shooters. Yep.
Just online in general, but shooters were literally the very first. That and was it like WoW, PC, and as far as stuff like that.
Yep. There was definitely games. It was just there's just so many new games coming out every year now. And I mean, maybe if there wasn't, I wouldn't be even like worried about how long a game is, because you'd have plenty of time to play it through and play the next one whenever it comes out or whatever. But
Right.
dude, there's so many. I gave up trying to keep up and trying to play the stuff as it came out and play new stuff, and beat it. I gave up on it because it's impossible for me to do it. Like, there's no way I can beat a 20-hour, 30-hour game in a week or 2 weeks. Like some people, can do. There's no way I can do it. I just don't have the time. Plus you get burnt out if you're trying to play that much. I mean, you don't want it to be it is some people's job to do that, streamers and YouTubers and stuff, but it ain't my job to do it. I play for my relaxation time, so I definitely don't want to make it into something that, I burn out on because I play too much. Or not play too much, but play too much in a short amount of time to try to get through it. Like I found myself like trying to just rush through the game to just beat it so I could get ready for the next one coming out. And I just wasn't having fun at that point. But is there anything else that y'all been playing besides that one? Because I don't think I've really talked to y'all, and probably it's been over a week now. Seems like.
That's about it, really. I mean, other than me playing Final Fantasy 14, and that's about it.
What yeah, I played 14 last Sunday for like 4 hours straight. Played it for a minute. And how far have you got on there? What level are you and stuff?
I am a 30 now.
Oh, wow.
30.
You're making good progress.
Yeah, Justin thought that was crazy that I've gotten as high as I have.
It doesn't take that long.
Well, I'll say this. I got to a level 40, and I have 50 hours in the game. So
Yeah.
That's or 30, and with 50 hours in the game. And
That sounds about right.
So,
That's one thing about that game, though, dude. Those hours, they go quick. Hang on one second, I'll bring it back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my bad. Amanda sprayed something, got my daggone sinuses, or made me sneeze.
Right.
But, yeah, I played for a while. I've almost maxed out my main dude. I've almost hit level 80 now. I've almost finished the last.
Samurai?
Yeah, I've almost finished the last DLC. I'm a little past halfway through it. So.
Right.
But yeah, it's a fun game. It's one of those games like you can burn a lot of time and not realize you burnt as much time as you did. Like 50 hours doesn't feel that long on that game.
Right. So, did you read the headline about the head of Xbox, old Phil Spencer?
Yeah, I saw him saying something.
That Elder Scrolls 6 probably won't come to PS5.
Well, did he say? I thought he said something like, kind of give us a reason. Kind of give us a reason.
Yeah.
Like, why should we? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any incentive? Is there any? So he could be basically, there may be something from PlayStation he wants, and just using it as leverage, which is there's nothing wrong with that. It's good negotiating stuff.
No doubt. No,
That's a big title, man. There's no doubt about it. When that Elder Scrolls, I know Bethesda's dropped the ball on the last one, but when they come out with that new Elder Scrolls, if it's even remotely as good as Skyrim and newer, hopefully better graphics and stuff, it's gonna sell. I mean, there's no way around it.
Right. Yeah.
She's sleeping.
No, it's gonna sell. There's a lot of people that's big on that. That game was too big for everybody. I know a ton of people that played that game. I even played that game. I put some hours.
Oh, dude, I've played it multiple times.
I've never beat it. I know a lot of people are gonna say something about that, but I haven't never beat it. But I played it. It's.
Well, I feel like, man. I mean, I've beat the main campaign, but when you say beating it, I mean, there's the main campaign. You can beat the main campaign fairly quickly. But now, as far as doing everything, you have to put over 100 hours into it.
Oh, no
And you're talking about a game that was over 100 hours long, 10 years ago?
Right.
So it was something for its time, and it still is. It's still fun to play, on Xbox and stuff and PlayStation. You can mod it now. The mods have come to the consoles, so you can update the graphics and everything. And I was playing it like this time last year. I played for a couple months, or at least over a month. Almost every day. Well, not every day, but when I got on, that's what I was playing. And what makes that game fun is the fact that if you don't do everything the first time you sit down and play it, when you come back, it seems like every time you sit down and start playing, you can go in a different route than what you've ever done before, and it's like playing a new game again. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm sure there's been plenty of people that's completely 100%ed it, but I don't think anyone's going to hold you against it for not 100% in that game because, like I said, it's a lot of time. A whole lot of time to spend on it.
Yeah.
But it's a solid game. So it is a I don't think that, and I don't know obviously Phil Spencer, and I don't know Xbox or Microsoft's plan, but I don't think that they necessarily want to make it exclusive. I think that they just want something from PlayStation. I think that there's a reason that he said it the way he said it. It could be a negotiating tactic. It could be something him trying to get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never really know. But
yeah, I just want to be clear. He didn't say that it would. He said there's a possibility.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
There's that.
There could be something with Sony they're trying to get them to play ball with. There's no telling.
Yeah.
But because the thing is, it's not gonna. They're not even playing that game like we've talked about before on the podcast before. If y'all didn't see that podcast, be sure to see was it the first one that we talked about that? Xbox and stuff? Yeah, the first Gamecast that we did. Be sure to go check that out. But,
yeah,
like we talked about, and I'll mention it briefly on here, Xbox isn't really playing that kind of, they're not playing the classic console war game. They're not playing the whole game of like, we're going to sell more hardware. They're playing the game of, we just want to be the ones, we have the developers that are going to have the games that you want to play. You can play it on PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, but we just want you playing our games. So I don't see, even if they keep it just on their system, it'll sell some systems, but it's not going to sell so many systems that it's going to be just some kind of major, huge, thing. So I don't think that's their goal. I think that maybe they want something from PlayStation, or maybe they want something from Sony. Maybe they're trying to work something out,
Right.
But I could be wrong. That's just pure speculation.
Yeah, I don't, there's no telling there. Now, I do know that you posted something about some former Naughty Dog employees moving to Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, some guys that worked on, I think, Uncharted and The Last of Us are moving to a studio that Microsoft has. Okay. Did you see where the PS5 is going to have a system of that's basically going to be able to record your voice? So if you say anything, I'm not even going to get into anything that's not considered PC or considered right. If you're talking shit and you say the wrong thing, they can actually they can submit that, and then someone at Sony or even a computer can listen back to what you say, and they can. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I'm assuming they can ban you or they can put you. It's pretty crazy, man. Like you literally. I understand that our phones already listen to us. We lost that right after 9/11. Yeah. I get it. Like I know how. I know that. But when you're going to have a system, I don't like this whole, and the internet's not going to agree with me, I don't like this whole censoring people thing. I really just don't like it. It just don't sit right in my stomach. And I think for most people it doesn't. Like I get sometimes people say mean things, sometimes people say shit that is uncalled for. That's fine. Talk shit back to them. Like the only way to deal with a bully is to stand up to the bully. You can't just hope that a company or somebody's going to take that bully away. Obviously there's lines, right? There's always a line that can't be crossed and stuff like that, but I guess what I'm saying is I'm worried that it could be more used for more than just like, I'm assuming it's going to be like any kind of like anything too bad if somebody says. But what I'm getting at is I'm scared with any kind of censorship like that. It goes from they're only going to get the really bad things, and then they're going to narrow that box down, or that box is not going to get narrowed. It's going to get bigger. And then before you know it, you got to think about what you say before you say it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you say a cuss word, who knows? If you say a cuss word, they're like, oh, we're going to report you, and then all, it's just weird, man. It's weird. We live in America. It's supposed to be freedom of speech. I mean, we have that right, and I don't understand why. If you don't want to listen to somebody, like, we don't even have, dude, how many games actually have in-game lobbies anymore anyway? How often, think about it, how often are you playing, like, Call of Duty or anything, and you're, like, trying to talk to people? No one ever talks back. It's not like it was back when we played on 360, and you get in the Gears pregame lobby, and it just immediately, your mama jokes went off. You know what I'm saying? Just like, literally, people would just call out people's username and just start talking shit. And be like, meet me on by Boomshot, Like, just to mess with each other. But back then, no one really got... Yeah. You just knew what to expect. It was kind of like part of the fun in a sense, kind of like just talking crap, man, and just, no one took it too personally back then.
I don't know if it's going to go to that point. I don't think they're going to,
I would hope not.
It could be like that way. I don't think it's going to. I think it's more to appeal to the cyberbullying. Yeah. That's the thing, I mean, you're going to get in a lobby that's going to have toxic, people's going to talk to you.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just people, though. What are you going to do if you're in the street and somebody's toxic to you? Are you going to run? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, no, I mean, I get that, but it's.
I guess we're in that different generation, though, too. We're in the generation of, like, if somebody makes you mad enough, you stand up for yourself, and if it gets physical, it gets physical or whatever, and I don't know, man. Like, it never bothered me. Like, I just don't know what.
I got thicker skin than most.
Me, same here.
Yeah, it's more.
Like why am I gonna worry? Why am I gonna worry about what somebody's saying that can't even see my face and has no idea who I am, where I'm from? Like, why would I care what they say anyway? I'm not, So it's just.
Hey, if you want to see my face, hop on the podcast. We need the views.
Yeah, that's just like doing my videos on YouTube, which I don't get many comments and stuff. But even if I get if people start saying something ugly, it's like, look, that's your right. Say whatever the hell you want to say. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to block your comments. I'm not going to, it's not going to bother me. Like I said, what I'm saying is I don't like it because, when they first implement it, it's like, oh, we're just doing this for a good thing. We're doing this for the most extreme stuff. We're just going to, we just need this to be done. It's like, okay, I understand you're trying to do it for the right reasons. But what happens is the person that's in charge of that, at some point that changes. That person changes and then someone else gets put here. And either that person is going to be better than they're going to be the same as the last person, worse than the last person, or better. And 9 times out of 10, it gets worse. That's why we don't have like kings and shit anymore, because that shit didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no. Right. That's why the people vote in people, and that it's a checks and balances thing, and blah blah blah. My point is when you have someone who's like, I am in control of everything under. I am the buck stops with me, kind of thing.
Right.
I've always, especially when it comes to speech, man, like talking, you're censoring someone. Basically, or you could be censoring someone. And I understand why they feel like it needs to be done. I get it. I do. There are some shitty ass people out there. And there are some people that will just say some shit just to get a rise out of you. They don't even mean it. They're just doing it to be trolls. That's what a troll is.
Yeah. Trolls are,
they're not even doing it. And then there are those people that have just hate in their heart and they're just miserable with their own life and they just have to take it out on somebody else online because they're too scared to do it in person. So that's what they do. But my thing is like, don't let it bother you. That's my thing. Like, you have your own life to live. Ignore those people. Just fucking, hell, you can mute them. There's a mute option on Xbox and PlayStation. You can go to the person's profile and click mute. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, is that too much to do now? You can't just at least stand up for yourself enough to go hit the mute button? It's just weird to me, man. It's just a weird thing.
Right. It is. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but like I said, I feel like it's probably just more towards cyberbullying and that aspect, you know.
Yeah.
Um, because I mean,
I'm just scared of it because it can be a slippery slope, I guess is what I'm saying.
yeah,
You know, that's
you
what
know,
that worries me.
yeah, it is a slippery slope, but it's like, you know, I believe it's more on that aspect, and the work as a society now, everybody tries to live like trying to be like trying to keep up with everything, far as trying to stay in the know. You should pretty much know what you're getting into, as far as the game you're about to play. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, and the thing is, man, I think it's better now. People are nicer now than they've ever been, in my opinion.
right?
Like
Right?
if you watch the news and stuff, they don't want you to believe that. But man, my experience is like, it's a hell of a lot nicer out in public and online than it used to be. I mean, it used to be fucking rough, dude. Like I said, you
Yeah,
would get in a match in Halo, and I mean, and I knew we had some friends that did it. I know people that they would just do it just to do it, because they thought it was
right.
funny, just to get some shit started. They would just start talking shit, you
Exactly.
know?
Just to annoy, just to make someone rage quit. I mean, who
Yeah,
doesn't
just
want to
to,
hear somebody
yeah.
rage quit? It's hilarious.
But I
But
feel like that doesn't even happen anymore, mostly because most games, people don't talk
no,
anyway. Most people are in
no,
parties.
most of
Like,
the time,
you don't ever
yeah,
even hear the other team. And that pregame
no,
lobby talk doesn't even hardly happen on games rarely anymore. They don't even allow they
no.
cut it out because of it. Like they stopped it. Like they you know.
Yeah, like
But people started
PUBG,
getting
when it
sensitive.
originally came out, it was so toxic that they turned off the far as like, you know, when you far as on PC, when you down somebody, you know how you could walk up to them and just talk to
Yeah,
them.
voice proximity. Yeah, Halo 2 had that.
They shut all that down. Yeah,
Yeah.
you couldn't even. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. I miss that, honestly.
Yeah.
I actually, yeah, I
It was
enjoyed it.
funny. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, now you can't have it. That's
Yeah, no, it's because
uh,
apparently people are too mean or whatever. You know what I'm like? I said, like it's a game.
well,
Like
there
it's
are
not
some
like,
assholes
oh
out
yeah,
there, but I
definitely.
mean,
But there's assholes in
you
life.
can't let them win. You can't let them, you
Exactly.
know, don't.
You just can't let them bother you. You can't,
No, yeah,
and they either someone's being an asshole because they're trying to, that's literally just funny to them and they're trying to just get a rise out of you, or someone's being an asshole because they're miserable and they hate their own life and they have to take it out on somebody else, or they're being an asshole because they were born an asshole, probably pampered their whole life, and all three of those things nobody likes. The majority of civilization do not like those kinds of people, so why even worry about them? You know, just whatever. You know, but that's just me, man. Like somebody talks shit to me, I'm talking shit back. Like I treat people how they treat me. You know, so I don't know.
right.
We'll see what they do with it, because it is kind of, Xbox is kind of doing the same thing, but see, Xbox isn't going so far as, I don't think, recording your actual voice. They're just I think they're updating their grievance system, basically, is what they're doing, where
Right.
people can report more and stuff like that easier, I guess. But I just found it kind of odd that PS5 is actually going the route of literally recording your voice. Like they could take you to court and use it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird, man.
That's crazy, man.
Like who else is going to be listening to you like that? You know what I mean? The companies already, Facebook and Twitter already sell our data, our tendencies and shit. Like,
Right.
is that part of this? Like, it's always one thing, but then it's, whenever Facebook, like, you would never imagine if they ever told you they were selling your data, like selling
Right.
your tendencies and shit to other companies. It's like, well, why don't you give me some money? You're selling my
Right.
shit, but they don't give you
Selling
money
my
because it's in that agreement that you fill out every single time that they don't owe you anything.
You know, yeah. And if you don't agree to it, well, too fucking bad. You can't use.
Yeah, you
all
can't
the
use your phone then.
You can't
Yeah.
use your phone.
I don't know. It's
So
just weird, man.
they get you there. That's how they get you.
It's weird to me. Like I
Yeah.
said, maybe for the new generation, maybe the generation under us, maybe it's not weird for them, but for me, man, I think we were in that. I'm 30, just turned 31, so we were in that generation that was like, right. I mean, we came up with all that. We came up with the smartphones coming in. We came up with the Facebooks and the MySpace and the Twitters and the, like,
Yeah.
we were when we were graduating high school was when that stuff was just coming out. So I think we have a very different perspective than anyone younger than us, and also people that are generation above us. Because you got to think about the generation above us; they were already in college or getting jobs when that stuff came out for them. So it's just a different kind of thing, I guess, perspective wise. But I don't get it. I just really don't get it. But that's just me.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's really all the big news I remember seeing, though. I haven't been keeping up with the news as much as I had a few weeks ago. I've just been so busy this past week. I hadn't really had time. Those were the main things I remember seeing was the Xbox thing, what they said, and then the PS5 thing, and that's really about it. I hadn't seen. Ghost of Tsushima co-op dropped.
Yes.
Sistrunk was saying it was awesome. He said he played till like 6 a.m. in the morning the other day because he just got lost in it. So apparently it's phenomenal. It's getting great reviews. They're talking very highly about it.
I didn't play it. I watched what you played of it.
The single player is phenomenal. But they're saying the co-op. Yeah, they're saying the co-op is just amazing also. So apparently,
I'm sure it is. I'm sure that is.
Sucker Punch seems like they're one of that. They're kind of up there in studio wise, like sort of like CD Projekt Red, and they seem to like they can't do no wrong right now with the stuff they've been releasing.
Right.
It's good to see some good studios doing well, making good products. You know, I was kind of fearful there for a while.
That's all I've ever asked for.
Do what?
That's all I've ever asked for.
Yep, just solid games. You know what I saw today, man? And this is really random.
What's that?
And I don't think I've seen anybody talk about it. It's not even it's to do with gaming, but at the same time, it's not to do with gaming. So you remember they originally were going to release Halo Infinite. Their original plan was obviously to release it with the Series X,
with
right?
Xbox. Yeah.
You know what I saw in the gas station today?
What's that?
So it was Monster Energy drinks, and they were sitting on a Halo Infinite like display thing, and they had Halo Infinite on the cans, as if Halo Infinite was about to come out.
Like it was about to come out. Yeah, they were just go ahead and.
So I'm kind of curious to look into that because like a lot of these dealers, they'll do like these like Mountain Dew or these game fuel deals and stuff like where you'll get points or whatever. Like they always trying to sell their soda or whatever, and because the new game's coming out, so you like get like double XP weekends. COD will do with. So I wonder if right now Monster was going to do that, and they're just, I mean, to foot the bill unless it's going to be pushed back maybe.
It could have been that Monster already pre-ordered the cans before the COVID, because before COVID the game was supposed to release with the console. It wasn't until this epidemic happened and a lot of things got pushed back.
I wonder who's getting screwed out. I wonder if Microsoft has to pay that out. Like I'm assuming there's some money involved, I would imagine, right? Especially if it has some kind of deal like, okay, look, we're going to sponsor you on our cans. We want to get in on this. We're going to give people codes on the can to give them double XP weekends for the first weekend for their multiplayer. Is that still going to be valid next year? Like, how you see what I'm saying? I didn't look at granted, I didn't look at the cans enough to know, so I may be just spouting nonsense. But normally, that's what that kind of stuff is for. It's for, you know what I'm saying? So if it is, who's going to foot the bill for that? Who's going to? Is it going to be? Are you still going to be able to use that? Like, who's going to keep a can until the game drops to use for double XP week? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Unless you just go ahead and.
I got to look into that. I'm curious about it now.
That's interesting. There was one more thing I was going to say. I'm going to save that to the very end. Far as at the end of this month, is it at the end of that the Mandalorian drops?
Yeah, it's this month. Sometime.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's in the month. Yeah. We need to watch. I want to watch that.
That's something I'm looking forward to. That and Cyberpunk, which it looks.
Dude, I've been watching I actually haven't been keeping up with the Night City episodes, and I was watching them earlier today. I'm so ready for that game, dude. Oh my god, that's gonna be like my new Skyrim, basically.
Dude, it's gonna be epic. It looks good. It looks good.
What do you know what route you're gonna take? Start off in for your first playthrough? I'm gonna do all three. I've already decided. Like if I just
I'm gonna
absolutely
do
love the
all
game as
three.
much as I think I'm gonna love it, I'm gonna play and start on all three. You know what I'm saying? Starting points and build a different type of character each time.
Right. I am gonna run it on PC, I believe, instead of Xbox. But I'm even gonna use the Xbox app. From my
Uh-huh.
understanding, it's gonna drop, so you can get it through the Microsoft Store. So I'm just gonna run it and see how it looks
Yeah.
as far as that goes. But yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what? Do you know what lifestyle you're gonna pick for your first playthrough?
Not yet. I hadn't even looked at those lifestyle at the lifestyle. Right now, what is the option?
You got three. You got Nomad, which is like you start outside of the city in the
Right.
roaming lands.
Yeah.
Street Kid, which is you start at the bottom, you know, and then Corpo, Executive.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna be a street kid, honestly.
I was thinking about doing a Nomad or a Corpo for the first one. I don't know. I may say Corpo for last.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do them all. Like if because I already okay. If I like the game as much as I think I'm gonna like the game, I'm gonna do them all, 100%. I'll probably spend like
Right.
6 months on this game, just playing the
No
game.
doubt. No, yeah, that's
It just looks so immersive, man. Like if it's anything what they've been advertising, it's gonna be incredible, as far as immersion. It may be like I said, it may be the most immersive game since Skyrim.
yeah. No. CD Projekt Red wouldn't have pushed it back so many times if they really wasn't trying to make it.
Yeah, no, and they're so far, man. Every game they've made it's basically since The Witcher 3, but even the games before then, when they were a small studio and they had less money, you can tell they put a lot of love into their games, dude. They try to make the best possible thing they can with the budget that they have. They spare no expense. I mean,
Right.
dude, even Refused, man. Refused is doing the whole album. Refused is doing the Johnny Silverhand album.
What?
Yeah, that's Refused. Go listen to their music. That's Refused.
Okay.
Yeah, singing as Johnny Silverhand.
Yeah, which is played by Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
Yeah, we need to get him in the podcast.
Keanu Reeves. I don't know if old Keanu, we're too,
They say he's a
we don't
nice
have enough
guy.
views. I don't think anybody's had Keanu Reeves on a YouTube video ever. That would be some kind of miracle.
We don't know that.
I'll be right back, man. I'm gonna go grab me another brewski. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, so one of the last before I wanted to end it is Diablo 3. I'm about to start.
Oh, really?
I've never played any of them. There's no trial. You know, you don't have to play
Wait,
subscription. You just
hold
buy
on.
the game, beat it.
Are you talking about Diablo or Baldur's Gate?
Diablo.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
You
it's
never
older.
played?
It's older game.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the
I played the
yeah.
crap out of that game. I like did multiple tiers on my archer class.
Yeah. No, I've heard really good things.
When it first came out, it was rough, but it got they fixed it up, and it's a really good game now.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the reason I was thinking about it, talking about it on last stream about what would hurt, you know, what if Microsoft could buy another company. You know, my friend Tim's was telling me about this. Would it be crazy if they bought Activision? Because you know, Blizzard.
That'd be
got
crazy.
That would be.
That would be a big buy, but I think that Activision and them are just too big. I think that the price tag on them would, like, Bethesda's a big company, and they were getting bigger because they were getting more developers under them. But
Right.
you compare them to Activision makes Call of Duty. Like they make so much
Oh, no,
money.
It would be a lot. Plus, they got that's World of Warcraft. You got, you know, because they got Blizzard too.
Uh-huh.
So that would be. They make a lot of money.
Yeah, that would be a massive expenditure, dude. You're probably talking double the amount of money, maybe even more, just to buy them. It would be
But
insane.
that would be if they bought that would.
I think since we last talked, they've bought a couple other studios. Every other day, it seems like I see something they're buying.
Yeah. Yeah. They're spending some money right.
Yeah, like I said, they're playing a different kind of game. They really are. They're not playing their traditional.
They're pulling a Disney. Is
Yeah.
What they're doing.
Yeah, they saw what Disney did. They just, if you can't beat them, buy them.
Fox, we want X-Men. We ain't gonna sell you X-Men. All right then.
We want your company.
We bought Fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
We bought Fox.
Pretty much,
so
we
own it now.
Their attitude's like, if you can't beat them, buy them.
Exactly. That's
Pretty much, which is insane. That somebody you just have that much money, but they got to be careful not to stretch themselves too far, because if they stretch themselves too far, they'll find themselves shutting companies down that aren't performing well. Like if they start losing too much money, or that's what EA does. EA bought up a bunch of developers, and I mean they've look at the developers who did Dead Space. They shut them down. The developers who did, I'm pretty sure Mass Effect, didn't they shut down that one studio? The ones who did Andromeda? BioWare Montreal or whatever?
Yeah, they did, yeah. They did.
There's been a couple more, but that's what happens when they lose too much money, and they'll just dissolve studios and shit. So that's the only thing I don't want Microsoft to do, is to buy so much real estate that they have to start demolishing the real estate, because it's costing them too much money. That's what you have to worry about, because
that's the same with the Dead Space. Like, EA owns them. That far as that development company, they shut it down. That's not even a thing anymore.
Well, let me ask you this. Here's a question. Well, that's the problem. EA was still own the rights to them. So EA still owns the rights to Dead Space, even though that company doesn't make. I'm pretty sure they're dissolved. I could be wrong, but I think they're dissolved.
My understanding when I looked into it, that company owns the rights, but EA owns the property. Like they
company, yeah. So like Microsoft couldn't buy that company and be like, "Listen, we want you to make another Dead Space game like you want to make."
Yeah, no, they could if they ever want to sell the.
Yeah, if EA would actually sell them. That's the thing, though.
Story rights, but I mean, I don't see why they would hold to it. They're not. They've already said they.
Just so nobody else can make the game and make the money. The companies will do that sometimes.
But they could also, they're sitting on money.
That would be a good one, man. If you could get that company and that original director and give them free direction again, and not try to make them make something that they're not trying to make. Right. And let them, like, listen, we want another Dead Space 1. Like, that's what we want. And just let them do it, give them the money. That would be a big deal. A lot of people would buy that game just because of the name, and just because if they hear good things and the guys are saying, look, these guys are letting us do what we want to do. We're making another Dead Space 1. It's going to be better. That's what we're going for. These and horror games typically don't sell as well as other games, but when they're a good one, they have like this weird kind of the fan base, man. They're so dedicated. Like, you're just guaranteed to sell a certain amount. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to buy it.
That game has a big cult following.
Exactly. Cult following. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
They have a big cult following, and far as that, if they just did a digital remaster, like if they digitally remastered that game, I mean, it's still right now.
I'd still play. Yeah, I'd play it.
The first one won Game of the Year. I think the second one also won some awards.
Yeah.
The third one, a lot of people didn't care for it because they got off.
Well, they were trying to.
They got off the horror aspect, and it was a shooter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were. EA wanted them to go in the direction of like Resident Evil, and then we're going. That's what happened there. But I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed
the game. I thought it was good.
But I could understand where. See, I didn't play the first and second one until after the third one, so I came in late. So I enjoyed it, but I could see where if you were a diehard fan of the first one and third one, they were so. I mean, first and second one, they were so. The third one was so different that it would not have been what you were expected. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was so different. I don't think it was a terrible game personally. I thought it was a good game, But compared to the other two, I could see where it's just, it's like you're kind of using the name. It's like, just make a different game. Just do a different game.
Right.
Like, call it something else. But just do what you want to, like, make that how you want to. But that's the problem. These not developers, but a lot of times these publishers, these big companies, they get a tight, like these developers, like they'll give them some leeway. Okay, we're going to give you this money. Just do what you want to do. And then the game does really, really well. And they're like, oh, we got a fan base for this game. And the publisher's like, oh, shit. Well, this is the game we want you to make. Add some microtransactions in there. And, yeah, we're going to use the name. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, they use the name because they know it's going to help sell it. And they don't want to try to take a chance on a whole new name, a whole new product with literally the same exact idea as the one that they just put on the one that has the known name. Because it's not as... You're guaranteed sales with that known name. And that's what people get pissed off about. It's not... It just becomes something that they're not used to. The fan base isn't used to.
Right.
So... But yeah, I would definitely play a remake of Dead Space 1 and 2. And I'd play a remake of all of them, honestly. If they redid all of them.
If they digitally remastered or gave it a 4K update, that would be...
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be neat. As far as right now, no. I think that's about all I got.
Yeah. What did you play Vermintide with us the other weekend? You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
The week?
No, I liked it.
What did you think about Vermintide? What do you think about it?
I think it's neat. I like the hack and slash kind of style. You know, it's not really it's more of a first person.
Well, it's a co-op game, pretty fun just to play and.
It's a fun game. Yeah, like you said, like I say, if you're wanting to burn some time and play a fun game, that's a game.
Yeah, just kind of run through and just kill shit and have fun with your friends. It's pretty good.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
No, it's...
Yeah, if you haven't looked into Dark Tide, you definitely need to check that out then. I think you'll like it.
Oh, no.
Like I said, it's basically...
about that game. It looks...
Yeah, it's the same guys who made that Vermintide, but it's set in the Warhammer 40K sci-fi universe, which is one of my favorite sci-fi universes, man. I love the Warhammer 40K lore. It's just so... There's so much depth, man. I think that... I'm not going to get on that subject, but I think it has a lot of potential in films and comics, in video games. It's been around since like the 80s, the board game has. And there's been such a focus on the lore, and there's so many novels that have been wrote, and there's just so much depth to that universe and that world.
Right.
It's mind-blowing, and there's so much content there. So it's anytime there's a Warhammer 40K thing coming out, I'm always looking at it. But that's why I'm excited about Dark Tides, because hopefully it's going to be more. There's still going to be a lot of melee in it, but I think you're also going to have the gun aspect too. So you'll have guns and a shooter, so it'll feel more like a shooter-based somewhat game, I'm assuming. But they did say there's going to be melee too. But I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I'm going to be getting it probably day one whenever it comes out.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely.
That was one of those when I saw it, it just completely blindsided me. I didn't hear nothing about. No one had ever spoken a word about any of that I'd ever heard until that showcase, and it popped up. I was like, "Holy crap, dude! Keep an eye on that one."
That one, and what's the other one? That's
Avowed.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. By Obsidian.
Yeah, that one's. I'm psyched for it.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Well, we're an hour and 6 minutes in. So you want to keep going? You want to end it here, or anything else you want to talk about?
I'm at my wit's end right now. As far as what I've heard, that's looked into. That's all I have to say as of right.
What was Justin mentioned that y'all downloaded 2 games? So the one we were talking about earlier. Did y'all download another one? There was one that he was trying to get me to download, but I just told him I just don't have time right now to.
Yeah, Second Extinction.
That's it.
It's like a Tarkov style shooter. Yeah, it had some bugs. It wasn't a bad game. It had bugs. There's replay. I don't know if
Your mic's cutting out.
I said, as far as replay, I don't know if I'd play it a whole lot. It was all right, but it wasn't something.
Is it a campaign style game, like a?
more like you drop in and you just have like objectives to do. That's about it. And you fight waves of dinosaurs. So it's not a bad game. Each you get 4 or 5 different. It's 5 different classes. Each ones have 2 different perks. I mean, it's not a bad game. Maybe if it is buggy.
Yeah.
That's if I have to say anything about it, it was buggy. But other than that, it's not a bad game. But I just don't see myself. I see myself replaying the Unfortunate Spacemen more than I do playing.
Yeah, I may have to download that, dude, and try that tonight.
Hey, I'll play it with you.
Do you think my computer can run it?
Oh yeah, no, you'll be able to run it. Now the other one, that other one, Extinction, that was giving my graphics card a run for its. Like,
really?
It was.
Is Extinction? There was one that there was a lot of game news kept talking about. They were basically comparing it to like Left 4 Dead but with dinosaurs. Is that it?
Yes.
So that's the one. Okay.
That's it. That's
yeah. So you're saying it's kind of like, so it wasn't bad. It was just needs to be polished.
Right. It needs to be polished.
So kind of like a mindless shooter, sort of like Vermintide or Zombicide, just so kind of but it just needs some polishing.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So basically, there's like missions, kind of like on not Zombicide. I keep saying Zombicide. I'm thinking about my board. I actually got 7 more of my miniatures painted. I've been painting these miniatures. I'm about halfway through them. But yeah, dude, I got them. I don't know how we can go see them, but
no, I seen you post something on.
Yeah, those are some of the walkers. Here's some of the runners. What crap? They're over here.
All right.
I don't know if you can see them or not right there, but
no, I can see it. Yeah, that looks. Yeah, I mean, they look good.
The ones I've been working on. I don't know if my autofocus is on or not, but yeah, I've been working on them. I'm about halfway through them right now. I'm trying to get all the. I've never painted miniatures before, and I picked the one game that there's like 100 miniatures for my first try. So it's like it's taking me a minute, you know. I couldn't pick the one game like Sister and them had the other night with just like 5 heroes. Just got to paint those, you know. I could pick the one game. I got like 100 damn things to paint, but
you know, a platoon worth of characters. You have to
exactly.
Put together.
I actually enjoy painting it. It's like I enjoy it. But I just wish I didn't have so much to paint because it just takes so much time. Like, to paint 7 of them, if I want to do them to my best ability, it takes me about an hour. Like, to paint, to do the shader, to do the blood, like, to do everything, it takes about an hour to do 7. You know, but I got like, about halfway through them. Right at halfway, probably. So I ain't got too much longer, and once I get them painted, that's when I'm gonna try and get everybody to. Like I said, I want to go through each mission on that in the base game and record it and upload it and everything like we did last time. But But yeah, that's why I was talking about Zombicide because I've been painting, but I meant to say Left 4 Dead. That's what I meant to say. So it's kind of like Left 4 Dead. Yeah, because Left 4 Dead basically just had the missions, and you just had to get to the end of it to beat the mission or to beat that level.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. You get to the end, you know, you wait for evac, you know, and then you.
Is it? Let me ask you this: Are the levels? That's what I'm looking for. Are they not leveled? Probably of the word.
Area. It's just one big map.
Yeah, but is it like, is there height to it, or is it just you're on one level the whole time? Does that make sense? Like is there places to get up on stuff, go down?
Yeah, no, you can. Yes, you're out in the wilderness. I mean, you got different parts of it, but it's one huge map.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. So it's not just like flat ground all the time. Like you can get up on hills.
Gale, you get dropped in on one part, and then you fight your way to this one area,
Gotcha.
You do what you need. You may have to pick up retrieve some loading crates or something like that, and then it's pretty much Left 4 Dead but with dinosaurs.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Huh.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, as soon as you started talking about dinosaurs and hordes of them, I was like, there was a game that I kept seeing pop up, and they were saying it was like Left 4 Dead, but with dinosaurs, basically.
Right.
So, yeah, that must have been the one he was trying to get me to download. But like I told him, I was like, look, see if the Ops will play with. I was like, he was like, yeah, I'll buy it for you, and just if you'll play it with me. I'm like, man, I didn't want you to do that because I can't promise the time. I can't promise you I'm going to have time to do it, And I don't want you to waste your money on it and then me not be able to play or whatever. So I have to be very particular right now about what I had started on my fence outside today. So I got the right side of the house. I got all those posts. I got all the holes dug and the posts are in them. I got to cement them and stuff tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm going to work on the other side and I'm going to try to get the majority of them, the rest dug tomorrow, hopefully. And then after that, I got to go, run my runners, and then I got to do the dog ear boards and, all that good stuff. So it's just been busy, man. I've just been busy.
Oh, no doubt.
But that's why, like, you're talking about the game. I think I'm going to download it, actually, once we get done with this. Because it's just a game, like you said, 2-3 hours. And plus, you know what to do, so we can probably go through it even quicker. But, like a game like that, 2, 4, 6 hours, man, I can sit down and beat that in one sitting. You know what I'm saying? And if it's free or if it's $20, I mean, to me, it's worth it. It gives me some entertainment for 6 hours or whatever. So,
right.
But I just got so much shit. Like even I say I'm getting Vermintide. I'm on like the second act or third. I think I'm on the third act. I still got 2 more acts after this one. So
right.
And I'm trying to play Final Fantasy. So it's like, it's just time, man. It's just time. There's not enough time in the day is the problem. There just really isn't. So, but I guess if that's all we got to talk about, we can end it here if you're good with that.
Hey, yeah, man, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll be more prepared next time.
No, man, it was a good podcast.
I think.
I mean, that's what's nice about podcasts, and anybody who's watching this for. I mean, anybody who watches a Gamecast, or I call it Gamecast, but like a podcast it's just discussion, dude. Like, we just get on a topic, we talk about it, and if somebody wants to listen, hey, they can listen, and if they agree with us, they can, or want to talk about something, we can leave it in the comments. I'll check comments and stuff, or if you got any ideas on how we can improve the format of the podcast, possibly, comment that down below. But yeah, as far as like preparation, man, as long as we can get on topics and discuss them and talk, that's really all I'm trying to, accomplish with the podcast wise. Now, maybe in the future we could maybe start doing some shorter, more condensed videos, like 10-minute, try to keep it under 10 minutes or like right at 10 minutes, and then we could really, that's when you would need to hit, like have a topic and then you talk about the topic for 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes, or depending on however long you want to, and then move to the next topic and try to get it all done within a time frame. What's nice about a podcast is you can just keep rambling on, like I'm rambling right now, as long as you're talking about something relatively interesting and you know what you're talking about, then sometimes people listen to it if they're into it. So
no doubt.
But yeah, guys, I guess we will call it there for tonight. If you stayed through to this entire podcast, really appreciate it. Want to thank Dobbs for hanging out with me and talking and helping me do this one. And if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you liked the video, do me a favor, hit that like button or share the video. If you got any friends that may be interested in it and want to watch it, let them know about it. And guys, I want to thank y'all for watching the podcast all the way through. Once again, I want to thank Dobbs for doing this with me. And hope you guys, gals, have a great morning, night, evening, wherever you're at. I hope you have a good one. Take it easy, guys.